Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning. Great morning.
And welcome back to another episode of Great Morning. I'm your host, Christian Murmer, Murms, Murm Dog, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And to the top left of my computer screen, we have the Fact Queen, my sister from the East, that Puerto Rican mamacita from Spanish Harlem, Stephanie 2.0. How you doing today?
Hello, my beautiful people. How's everyone doing today?
Oh, we're fantastic.
Are you really?
I think so. I feel
So,
pretty good.
okay, all right. Listen, I didn't take my fucking pill, so I am like, boing. I'm like all over the place. Yeah, I try not to take my Vyvanse during the weekend because I want to feel somewhat normal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't been taking my medication, and it's like all I do is sing and dance, and like I'm talking to you, and I'm like, oh yeah, baby, and I'm just, like it's just all over the fucking place. You know what I mean? It's just fucking all over the place. And yeah, how are you guys? Like it's been a fucking forever. Like my life has been fucking lifing and kicking my motherfucking ass, which I totally fucking hate because usually this regular ass bitch be on the fucking podcast all the fucking time. But life has just been like boom, Stephanie.
Yeah, you only weren't on the last episode, which was fine because it was kind of a quick episode because like I was on vacation, so it wasn't a big deal. It's okay. We're happy that you're here now. But Stephanie, I hate to cut over from you.
No,
we're
please.
kind of on a time limit here,
please. Let's introduce our people.
Yeah, let's introduce everyone. But it's great to have you here. And I see that you're drinking. Is that a Stella Artois?
It's a Stella.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce some other great people we have with us today. To the bottom left of my computer screen, we have our in-studio comedian, Topazkin Chubbsway Chuck. How you doing today?
What's good, y'all? Hey, man, just sitting here chilling, drinking on this lick for a little while early in the morning.
What?
This lick.
Maple Mills.
Drinking on this
liquor?
lick. Yeah, it's motherfucking great morning.
Do I know you?
Drinking on this lick.
What are you drinking?
Is Stephanie over there talking to fairies or some shit? What the fuck?
Oh my God, there are fairies. Stop it.
She's like looking at her shoulder like, do I know you? What is going on? You okay?
I told you I'm not on my fucking meds.
After effect of Vyvanse, everybody.
Stephanie's doing an outside recording.
But I got a fucking Peloton bike. So
yeah, you told us last episode.
Hi, my beautiful daughter.
I did, huh?
Yeah. We talked about that for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was drinking too. Yeah.
How's that going though for you?
It's a good time. My thighs hurt,
Mm-hmm.
Your
thighs hurt. Why your thighs hurt?
I really thought that since I was going to start working out that my erections was going to last longer, but no.
Oh my God.
Your erections?
That didn't happen. Not yet, at least. I mean, so.
Damn it. So like, wait.
Is it proven that working out helps with longer erections?
That's what people say.
I thought it just helped with building your stamina during sexual intercourse.
Stamina is longer, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't really have anything to do with an erection. Anyway, I'm sorry. We're getting a little deep into this.
Maybe it added 30 seconds. I don't know.
I think it just means your stamina is up for it. But yeah, no, I mean, either way, I'm sure it'll be beneficial to you in many ways. Cardio.
I'm going to clock myself next time.
Yeah, time yourself, please, and let us know here on the podcast. Well, great, Chuck. We're so happy you could be with us today. But I want to go ahead and introduce someone else we have with us today. And this person is kind of on a time limit, so we're gonna hit them with some rapid fire questions here, just so we can get to our favorite segment before they have to go. But we have with us actually someone who just told us that they're singing for 2 hours in about an hour. They're going to sing in about an hour for 2 hours. And that person is Randy R. Walls. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How you doing?
I am great. It's great to have you on. By the way, you told us before you got on here that you are currently in Sicily?
Yeah, I've been living here for 3 years.
3 years. How is it out there? Do you love it?
I do love it.
I've never been to Italy. What made you want to go out there?
I packed a backpack. I had like a backpack and like a carry-on bag. And I flipped a coin and decided between Italy and Brazil on where to start to go. I don't know, just pick a point.
Mhm.
But I wanted to go find a new home. I was tired of America, so I left.
I understand. I completely get. I think a lot of Americans share that point of view. Where were you from originally, though? Before, of course, you went to Sicily.
I was born in Chicago and I was raised in a small town called Smyrna, Georgia.
Oh, okay, all right. So you've been
It's just right outside of Atlanta.
right outside of Atlanta. All right, cool. And you were there for most of your life?
Yeah, I guess 26 years.
Hell yeah. All right. All right. So tell us what got you started in the singing business? What made you start singing out there?
Well, I've been writing musicals and I directed my first musical when I was 18, but when I first got into theater, I was a performer. I was a singer and a dancer. And then I just stopped. At about 18, I started doing directing and writing and then eventually teaching actors. But when I came out here, it was like, God, I just wanted to have a moment to just be Randy without a whole bunch of responsibility. Just sing a song, sing some jazz, which was very new to me. I'm not used to singing jazz. And it just kind of blossomed from there. It's been very nostalgic. That's a good word to use. Very nostalgic.
So do you since you used to direct plays as well, do you miss that? Like, do you miss doing that or no? Do you prefer the singing now?
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of miss it because taking words from a page and then it turns into a full-on spectacle is really a process that is incredible to be a part of. It's incredible to that journey with the producers, with the cast, with the band, all of these harmonious elements that come together to tell this story on stage with the lights and the costumes and all of that. It's incredible. And I do miss that. I think my brain just snapped a few years ago. And I was like, the level of pressure that comes along with this maybe is a little too much for me to handle. So I took a break from that, which was very difficult to do. But managing a production of that size with a cast and all of that, it is no joke. It really is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to that, and obviously, like you said, you had to take a break from doing it, but when it comes to directing and even, teaching actors, did you find it to be more stressful or more rewarding at the end of the day, or both? Like, how was your experience with doing that?
Teaching actors is very unique because what you're actually doing is you're helping them understand the skin of a character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about, well, not what it's not about, but that's my approach as an acting coach. You're playing a character that is based off of some type of reality. And a lot of actors think that they have to pretend so much when it comes to acting. Acting is not necessarily a pretending. You act every day. You have to do that amongst different scenarios that you're in where you're not genuinely being yourself.
You're right.
That's acting. So when you're doing a role, you think like the role is so different and is so distant from who you are as a person, but it's not. The best roles and the best characters that can be played is when you step into the skin of that person, when you wear it. But that can be a very dangerous process, as we've seen with many actors that have gone up and down with that shit. It can be a dangerous process. So as an acting coach, my approach with them has always been, number one, who are you first? If you know who you are first, you can play any character. So you get to know yourself first, and then you figure out what you can and cannot do.
How do you help these actors and actresses know themselves before they step into a role? What is your process for teaching them that?
It varies.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on the energy of that class. Each class that I've had, it's different students, it's a different vibe, and it's definitely I would have to have a different approach based off of what they're giving me. But a lot of times, the first step was in the past was always meditation first. Let them sink into themselves, figure out what's going on the inside, and then let's blossom you out from there. Teaching in America, I understand the system. If you've been working all day, you got kids and you got a boyfriend or husband or wife, and you got all these different elements, when it's time for you to be in your element, you actually need to take a moment to sink into it first. From there, we can figure out what it is you need to express out of yourself first. A lot of times with actors, they have an immediate block. There's always nervousness or anxiety or a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, which is very normal. So you break through that, usually meditation, some exercises. I used to call this thing called soul song, where I would ask them to sing a song, whether you could sing or not, that if you could put your heart and soul on a table with a microphone, what would it say? So I would give them that exercise always kind of broke their mold. And then we can move on from there. I'm a very intense acting instructor.
Shit. You got my ass thinking about my song. What the fuck I'm gonna sing?
Think
I have
about
a
this
question.
also. Yeah.
I have a question. Do you like, you know how like some people they're just like they can see in a person like, oh yeah, like this person here like has the gift, like they like this person has the potential of being like an amazing actor or actress. Like, do you have you ever come across people like that where you're just like, this person is like, this is it?
Yes. Yes, I have.
That's dope.
I think you have people that are talented. I think you have people that are good characters. And then I think you have stars.
Mm.
Stars is a different breed of human being. That is a light that you cannot make and you cannot recreate it.
A fucking
And
man.
some people are stars. And when you get an opportunity to meet a star, you will know it. That's for sure. I've met a few, not many, but I've met a few.
That's amazing. And so like these people that you would would say like they're like stars, like did they actually like have you trained or coached anyone that has actually like made it, like they're starring in like big movies or like or they're like starting to like come out in different projects and stuff like that?
At this present time, based off of what I've seen, Brittany Inge, who is on the Miss Pat show, and she was on Boomerang, which was a BET series, and I think she's directing musicals. Jason Like he's on Bravo's Summer House right now.
Oh,
Any of the other ones, I don't really know what they're doing, to be honest. I've only seen several of them. The ones that I see that have made it a lot further, they were a part of the same studio, but they had a different instructor. I don't know what that says about me, but we were but they're doing Broadway and bigger pictures. Yeah, I don't know if any of my students yet have had their big breakout moments because actually quite a few of them decided to leave acting,
Mm.
decided to go a different route. I mean, being an actor, yes, you definitely want to have that big role, but a lot of it is a lot of struggle. So I noticed that a lot of them went back into real estate or things that they felt like could make them money. So I understand that and I support that as well.
that's
Yeah.
understandable.
It's definitely sometimes in the beginnings, it's not always financially stable for them to keep trying. So, people have to move on to something else, which is sad because sometimes I'm sure a lot of people could have been something
Really great.
But, yeah. But moving along.
Hey man, you're getting there though. You've taken them to Broadway. Broadway is a big deal.
Hell yeah, it is.
Now, I know some of them have been on Broadway. I just can't remember who they are. I mean, I've had like 500 students over a course of 12 years.
Wow.
I mean, maybe not 500. I think it's like 350, between 350 and 5. That's a big gap, but there's a lot of years where it was me teaching these random workshops in the park versus doing a studio. Then there was private sessions. So I've had a range of students. I have no idea. I probably couldn't even recall who some of them are at this point. So there's no telling where any of my students have gone.
Mm.
I just see the ones that I know that I follow like on Instagram, but I've been dealing with a lot of people for a while.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I hate to move along, but I wanted to talk about your singing some more. So when I know now you've been doing it for some time, but when you first like got on stage or sang in front of someone, were you ever experiencing, stage fright, nervousness when you get up there? And do you still experience any of that today?
Did you actually ask me that cheesy ass question?
I had to.
Jesus Christ. Yes, actually, I did a little performance with the band at a place called Agave here, which is this outdoor, really cool place, and the backdrop behind it is this mountain. It's just a gorgeous place. But for some reason, I was completely nervous because I had so many lyrics to remember. And I don't know if it's me being older, I don't know, but my memory when it comes to performing on a stage, lyrically wise, is driving me fucking crazy. Like
Mm.
these days, I'm starting to like, it is. Can't like tonight I'm singing Erica Badu and D'Angelo and uh, then I'm
No,
singing like house music, and then there's like a jazz set. Like it's such a fused
what
set tonight.
what are you singing?
They have me singing. They asked me to sing Tyrone and Next Lifetime. How does it feel? And I'm doing Gwen Stefani Luxurious, which is like a really smooth
That's
ass song.
Yes.
wow.
Oh,
And then
Jeez.
Gypsy
Hey,
Woman.
fly me out. I'm
Fly me
Huh?
out. He said,
fly me
"Fly
out.
me
I
out."
I can sing
yeah.
too. You want some John Legend
I
in the
wanna-
background? I
wanna
got
get
you.
flued out.
You
Yeah,
sing
you know,
terms?
you know I sound like John Legend, man, when I sing.
Give me a taste then. Come on, give me a taste of John.
Yeah, sing for us.
So many hard times.
Oh, you
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
I hear that shit. Can I get a motherfucking amen from the choir in the back? Hello?
That sounds like Deacon James Legend. I don't know about John, but definitely Deacon James Legend of
You got
Bethula
it.
Baptist Church.
Don't get me to go for real. Now, talking about some Deacon James. That should be. I'm gonna make that a character now. You done messed up. Deacon James for the next episode, everybody.
All right,
good.
there you go. Do you find that there are any differences in your audience compared to being in America and now in Italy, Sicily specifically?
The people here are fascinating because there's so much music here, and the culture is always about being out and just kind of being with your friends. It's very social. So sometimes the music can be background noise. You have like I have heard some of the most unexpectedly fantastic artists in this town in the middle of fucking Sicily that I'd never heard of. Fantastic, but they're so used to great artists here, I think it becomes a little background noise. The audience, they are really passionate about art. They're really passionate about music, but it takes a lot to win them over. It does, because they're so used to so many great artists coming in and out of here. I don't know, it takes a lot to win them over, but when you do, they're very loyal.
Oh wow. So I know you said obviously we've been talking about it that you're in Sicily, but I want to know, do you ever sing in Italian? Do you know any Italian?
I'm still barely speaking the language, and I've been here 3 years. It's really quite sad.
No,
It
I
is quite
understand.
sad.
It's not. They speak English. Shit.
Well, they do speak English here, but Sicilian is such an old language, and there's Italian and then there's Sicilian dialect, and you do get a lot more respect when you speak the dialect. And I would love to be able to sing one of their like Sicilian, or at least one of their like, you know how we have every culture has their songs that is just blanketed across, you know, your lifespan. Your mom knows it, the kids know it, grandkids know it. Like our generation, like me and Charles, we grew up listening to Isley Brothers, always in the background, things like that. And if we went somewhere and somebody was singing one of those songs in an unexpected place or an unexpected artist, you get their respect. So I would like to get to that level, but I think I am seen here more as a soul singer. I'm soul and jazz. So I think that is going to take some time to kind of get me to that Sicilian level. But I would love to. I really would. Yeah,
Oh,
I'd love to
okay.
sing in Italian.
I understand. I spent
Damn.
some time in Spain, and my friends out there, they always complained every day that I hadn't learned hardly any Spanish. But you know, I don't know. It was a lot of them spoke English, so I and it's tough. I feel like the older we get, the harder it is to learn another language. I know when kids learn it, like as a second or even a third language, they pick it up so easily. I think because it's just shown to them at a young age. But I know it gets tougher the older we get. And you know what? I hate to do this because I know we're getting on time for you, Randy. I want to go ahead and move into that segment we were talking about before we ask you any more questions. That way we can get it done before you get out of here. And let me ask everyone else here if Chuck, do you think it's time?
I think it's motherfucking time.
Stephanie, do you think it's time?
Hell motherfucking no.
No?
Damn.
No.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
No, I know it's a little early.
No.
No, I've never experienced this.
She got more. She got more.
Well, I think it's time, so I think you're beat out
It's
if we're letting
motherfucking
democracy
time, Murms.
play. All right, there we go.
That big old dick. Let's go.
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and do one of our favorite segments we like to do here at Great Morning, and that is, of course, the word of the day. Word of the day. And how the word of the day works, Randy, is usually our other co-host, Jimmy, is here, but he is actually unavailable for the next couple of weeks, but that's okay. He sent us some words. But what usually happens is Jimmy has this very old Webster's dictionary that's been passed down in his family for a very, very long time. And he opens that dictionary up and he puts his finger down randomly on that dictionary. And wherever his finger landed on will be our word of the day. And of course, we give the definition and we spell it. And what our guest, which is you today, has to do is use that word in a sentence. And at the end of the season, every season of Great Morning, we rate all of our guests' sentences on how funny the sentence was, how creative it was, and of course, if they use the word correctly. So I am going to pick up that word right now. Oh my God, I got a cough. There we go. So I have the word that Jimmy sent me. Do you understand the rules of the word of the day? I know I just said that fast. Essentially, I'm going to give you a word, and you have to use that word in a sentence.
In a sentence. Okay, then I got it. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so your word of the day is report.
No.
Yes.
No. We're gonna wrap this
You
up
gotta
right
be
now.
fucking kidding me.
No.
Yeah.
It's report.
Do this shit. Are you fucking serious, Murms?
Well,
It's your word. It's your word,
I
though.
didn't pick these.
It's your word.
It's
Here's
random
why-
for every
Here's
guess.
why I'm hurt. I know why I'm hurt.
No.
Because I fucking lost because I had the hardest fucking word
This
of
is
all
what
time.
I'm saying. How like no. Chuck, hold on. Tell me not. I feel like this motherfucking season, everybody has gotten some fucking ridiculous ass easy ass words. And then like seasons before, like motherfuckers got motherfucking weird ass fucking shit that just don't even fucking make sense. And we gotta come up with
Farlow. What the fuck is a Farlow?
You got me.
That's not even real one.
I'm sorry.
It's
Go
cool.
ahead. Do your thing. Give us a
We
report.
do.
So angry.
Randy's just like, what the fuck is going on? Look,
Yeah.
dog.
I'm loving this full mental breakdown she's having. No,
Yeah.
this is fantastic to watch.
Oh well,
Yeah.
thank you. You know, because it's just it's not fair. You know,
Very
Randy?
good.
It's like what the fuck? That's not nice.
Well,
Go
I
ahead,
get it.
do your thing, baby. Do your thing. You gonna knock
Report.
this shit out the park. Let's go.
Stephanie, you've never had to give a word of the day. You've always been a co-host. So what are you complaining about? Bullshit. All right. Anyway, now that breakdown is over.
Can I give Stephanie the word since she's never had an easy word to use? Maybe she
No.
can do
No, you can't give it to me because you see, Murms don't like me like that. Like I'm not gang.
Oh my God.
So, you know, like he likes to give, Jimmy, points and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
those are games. That's not the word of the day.
When we play games, Stephanie mad because she always lose.
I'm like a fucking stepchild here. I'm fucking chopped liver. Great morning.
Oh,
what the
damn.
hell is going? Don't listen to her, Randy.
Yes,
That's not
Peter.
true.
No more Stella. No more Stella.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
So I have to use the word report in a sentence.
Yes, I didn't even get a chance to give you the definition yet. Would you like the definition of it?
Sure.
Because Stephanie got really upset first. Yeah. So it's to give a spoken or written account of something that one has observed, heard, done, or investigated. A report. It's also spelled report for any of our listeners out there who did not know. So, Randy, whenever you're ready, please give us a sentence with the word report.
I have to report to the venue at a certain time for a sound check before the show.
There you go. There we go.
Damn.
Perfect. That was
really
quick.
thought you can do better than that, dog.
That
Oh, come on. Look at
this,
Chuck.
This is some motherfucking bullshit.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
They bullshit. They bullshit.
No.
Dynamic. This is
No,
nice.
not you, Randy. Not
Okay.
you.
Thank you, darling. Not you either. Don't you let anybody tell you anything different.
Thank you. We gonna be fucking friends. I don't care what they say.
That's fine.
Whoa, saying you can't be friends? You're making us like out to be bad guys or something here. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, we're not bad guys here.
Stephanie, what the hell? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh man, Randy's in for one today. Randy, well, thank you for giving us that word of the day. I wanted to ask, and you just talked about a sound check. So what preparations, because I know you have to probably leave here within the next 5 minutes. So what preparations do you make yourself make before you go out there and start singing? Like what do you have to do to get ready, and even before going out there on stage or wherever you're performing?
If I was more professional, I would definitely be doing warm-ups and have a humidifier or drink tea, things like that. I've been drinking absinthe for the past 24 hours.
Absinthe.
Yeah.
he said more professional. He said, I'm just going out there and singing, child.
I mean, they gave me a list of songs. We had rehearsal yesterday, and I showed up after I hadn't slept in 24 hours, and I stayed up because I knew if I slept, I would have missed the rehearsal. And I arrived there, lungs full of smoke. I've been smoking all night, making out with somebody for a couple hours. And then I get there, I'm like, let's just let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. And that's pretty much how it goes. Even tonight when I get there, I have some lyrics in my head. I know the songs I'm supposed to sing, but I'm just gonna wing it most likely. So I'm not that professional.
Wow.
I appreciate the conversation, but I mean the question, but I'm not that professional. Not in this setting. Mm-mm.
How the fuck did you get on this?
What do you mean?
And like, how'd you get involved in this? And like, how did this come up?
What, this specific performance, or do you mean singing in general? Because we already asked him about that.
I know, but like, are you gonna start doing in this specific time, like right now? Like, hey, you're just like, yo, fuck it, I'm just gonna show up, and you motherfuckers better like my shit.
No, I mean, I've been performing this summer, so this summer has been definitely the summer of concerts. Now this is year 3 for me, and this is the first summer I've been doing shows the way that I have been. The band that I work with and the maestro of that band, I respect him so much. And he and I have a similar aesthetic when it comes to performing. If you are really great at what you do, it doesn't really matter what the song is or what the set is. If you have a good relationship with the music, you can do anything. And with he and I trust him 100% like he trusts me. As long as he's playing a chord that I can sing, I can improvise, I can go with the flow. But for me, when I say I'm not that professional, it only means like I'm not a stickler about certain details. Like I prefer also not singing a full set through because I also find the musicians to be brilliant. So they have to have time to play. I don't need to sing the whole time. I know the songs that I need to sing, but there's a balance, I guess. And in order for me to have that, especially being an American and all how tightly wound we are, like I feel like Americans are so rigorous about everything. And in this particular setting, especially in art, working with musicians, you've got to chill out. And art is very magical. So if you give it room for there to be magic, that requires you to actually not be so much professional and not be so much, I don't know the word to use. It's like you got to take it easy. You know, in this particular show, I have to take it easy because I don't feel like stressing out about all of it. I feel like singing and I feel like singing well. The venue's very nice, but I don't feel like being anxious about what I'm actually really good at. So I'm just going to enjoy it. And if I'm professional, it's because I plan to deliver my best. But the logistics of it, yeah, I've been drinking absinthe all night. I haven't slept. I mean, those type of shits, like I should be more professional about preparation. Yeah, not there. No, not at all.
Amen.
No,
It's
it
okay.
just it just
I
so
mean,
happens
we all
that
drink on
today
the
is
job here.
No, well, yeah, technically, but you know, it's just one of those days. You know, don't. You are very professional. You better stop it.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best.
Can I ask you a question? What is your favorite song to sing? Do you have a favorite song?
Oh, it's between like any gospel song, pretty much. But I've been really liking singing "Summertime" from Porgy and Bess. That Summertime and the living is easy. You want me to sing it for you?
Yes.
I will.
Oh yeah,
I'll
do you?
sing
Oh
it
yeah,
for
do you
you.
want us to give it? Because
Yeah,
I know we're
you made me sing. Goddamn,
so
you made me sing. Go ahead.
we're at the mark here. So I was going to ask you if how you are on time if you had to get going, but yeah, if you
Yes,
wanted to
let me
sing
sing.
for us before you take off, that would be incredible.
My
Yes, give
favorite
it to
song to
us.
sing is Summertime. I'll sing a little bit right now.
Yes.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping in, and the cotton is high. Your dad is rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Oh, I fucking love your raspy.
Oh
Wow.
man! Oh God!
Yo, you have the most prettiest, raspiest voice fucking ever. I could listen to you all fucking day. Or you need a
Ooh,
motherfucking acoustic guitar and I could just listen to you. Like,
ooh,
what?
thank you,
Some
babe.
fucking riffs and shit. You better stop.
Damn! You better. Oh God! Damn! Shit!
I'm
Thank
just,
you very
I'm
much.
Cheers
just
to
saying.
you!
Thank
Cheers
you.
to you!
Word.
Thank you
Cheers.
very
Good
much.
shit.
Wow, Randy, yeah, that was very
Thank
impressive.
you so
Damn!
much.
Much
Thank
Turn me
better
over.
than I can
Thank
never
you for
dream of doing.
having me, actually. Thank you for having me. This
God,
was really, really nice.
Thank you
Oh, of
for
if I
course.
was, if I wasn't in this goddamn closet, I'd start shouting right now.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
can't get
God,
over
you
the
know what,
closet.
Murms? It would have been perfect to have Randy with us when we had to fucking do that song for
Oh yes, that would have been
It would
perfect.
have been perfect.
Yeah, we did a song. Oh man.
Oh yeah, and
Right?
you
It would have
could
been
hear how
perfect.
we sing. Oh, that
But he
was
would have
not
been
good.
riffing like a motherfucker.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.
But Randy,
gotta-
I know you're short on time. Thank you for
Yes.
spending that this quick 30 minutes with us, and thank you for doing the word of the day. And I'm thank you for hitting all the rapid fire questions. Usually we have more time to discuss it. But like I said, I know you got to get out of here and get ready for your performance tonight. And we wish you luck also with that, and we hope you have a great time. But are there any last minute things you want to say? Last minute plugs you want to say to the listeners out there before you get going?
I'm very grateful to have the moment to talk to you all. I've never done a podcast before, so this was very fun, very nice. I am very grateful to be working with Sasha Latuka, the guy who is the maestro behind this really cool band and sound that I get to do now. I don't direct musicals and I don't teach actors anymore. I would love to one day again, but at this present time, I guess what I could say is um, you probably never know. You know, I think we take a lot of credit for thinking that we control so much of the narrative of our life. But I know that I am a witness that, you know, you don't really know shit. So really keep letting yourself be open to what life has for you, I guess, and just be surprised by those gifts. And then a lot of times, most likely, you've already experienced what you're really good at, and you've already experienced what you're supposed to be doing. You just forgot. So take some time to check back into yourself and remember who you are, remember what you're great at, and enjoy it. Enjoy that shit. Enjoy being you.
Damn
Thank
it!
you.
You make me want to get out of the Navy now. Get my ass out.
Well, fantastic. Thank you, Randy, so much for coming on. And we hope to hear from you again in the future. And yeah, like we said, good luck tonight, and we hope you have a great time. But thank you for joining us today. We really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for having me, and good luck to y'all too.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Have a great
it.
day.
Guys. Bye. You too.
Have a good one.
Bye.
He's
Bye.
so cute. He's so fucking cute. I want to give him a
Wow.
kiss
All
for
right.
me.
That's weird. This season, that's the second time we've had to do like a quick 30-minute sesh with someone. We had to do that with Slick as well a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was of course Randy R. Walls. You can follow him on Instagram.
It's raining?
But he oh my God, Stephanie, it's raining.
Jesus. Yeah.
No, it's but yeah, go ahead and give him a follow. He's a very great guy. That was an interesting quick little interview for the podcast. But we've got another Got another about like 25 minutes here for the rest of us to start talking shit. Not about random, of course, but
Yeah,
start
that's what
talking,
I like to do.
talking shit about
Some
other
bullshit.
stuff. And my co-hosts here, I can totally tell, have been drinking some this morning.
No,
This great
I'm just
morning.
not on my pills. This is only my second
She,
beer.
70, you've had like 7
But
beers
she-
in the
No,
in 30
I
minutes.
legit. This is my second beer. What
I'm
you talking
kidding.
about?
I'm fucking with you.
You had
Relax.
12 in the last 12 hours.
Yeah,
It's
you've
telling
had
your
12.
system.
Yeah,
1
man.
hour
Wow.
per beer. And
Although
then I'm
Ray-
over here, I'm drinking my drink too, you know, a little liquor. And then, yeah, he makes me want, damn, I want to sing now. Some shit.
Let's sing, Chuck.
I'm gonna have a fucking, I'm about to start. I'm about to put it out on Craigslist.
What?
I'm a
Come on, Chuck.
I'm a wedding singer from now on, slash crasher for the old ladies that are paying.
Chuck.
Oh my God. What are you drinking, Chuck?
Bacardi.
Bacardi. Okay.
Yeah.
Love to hear it.
Bacardi.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You know, I wanted to I guess we can discuss it. It's going to be tough to discuss it.
Wait, can I tell you something really quickly?
Of course.
Did you know that there was a king? I think he was like a Swedish king or some shit like that. I think his name was King some shit with an A. Adolfo.
Okay.
He fucking died because he ate 12 cinnamon rolls.
Just like in one day or like every day he ate 12 cinnamon
Nah,
rolls?
he ate 12 cinnamon rolls and the motherfucker died. Like how you die from eating a cinnamon roll?
Well, it sounds like he might have
Maybe he could have been allergic.
Well, he might have been unhealthy already, and I'm sure 12 cinnamon rolls on a clogged artery or heart is not something that's going to be helpful. Wait, now I got to look this up. King?
Wait, if you cinnamon rolls ain't clogging no artery, you got to eat grease for that. He choked because he had a fucking juice.
Maybe that could have been the issue, but I just do know that motherfucker died because he had too many fucking cinnamon rolls.
It's a reason why Popeyes only gives you one biscuit. If you have two, that's suicide. That's a wrap.
I can't find anything. Oh, wait. Adolf? His name was Adolf. Adolf Frederick.
Yep.
Adolf Frederick.
Yeah, so cinnamon rolls. He probably didn't put no fucking frosting on it either.
Yeah, he probably didn't put no motherfucking frosting. He probably
dog.
You know, you know how those people are. They don't put no motherfucking seasoning on shit.
Whoa.
So this is what I have about this is what I have on his death on his Wikipedia page. Adolf Frederick died suddenly in Stockholm on February 12th, 1771, with symptoms resembling either heart failure or poisoning. Popular stories about his death having resulted from a large meal consisting of lobster, caviar, sauerkraut, kippers, and champagne, as well as 14 helpings of his favorite dessert, Hetvog, of semella pastries and hot milk, are considered propagandist by modern writers.
What the fuck is that?
That's probably like an ancient
you use a lot
version
of
a cinnamon roll, a hot vig. But they also, like it says here, that seems to be propaganda, not necessarily the truth. But it also hasn't been cleared that it wasn't the truth either. So it could have been. He could have been fucking 12. It says 14 actually.
Wow, 14.
Yeah. Following his death, his son Gustav III seized power in 1772 in a military coup d'etat, reinstating absolute rule.
Did he start? I wonder if he started a war after that.
Well, it says a military coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat.
So he had to do some military shit to get into power there. Speaking of power, and I'm not talking about the show power. I'm talking about one of our former presidents of the United States. Again, let's not get too deep into politics here. But has everyone seen Donald Trump's mugshot?
My best friend is locked up.
He don't give a fuck. That mugshot said.
You saw his face up.
He didn't give a damn. Yo, he said I'm still the king. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. Take my picture.
I need Trump back in office. I really do.
I'm gonna be about this motherfucker.
I'm a
He is a real G. He a real G.
He really is. That man is a real fucking gangster. I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking says. That man says whatever the fuck is on his mind, and he gives zero fucking fucks. Before I didn't like it, but now I'm with the smoke, 100%.
All right, like I said, we don't need to get into our politics, but
no, I wasn't getting into politics. I'm just saying I'm with the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like these motherfuckers.
I'm with the smoke too, child.
You know what I'm saying?
Been
Like
talking all that shit, and but you know what? Hindsight is 2020, and now I think we all got the hindsight. Now we're like, damn, he wasn't that damn bad. Shit.
I wonder
we ain't got a stimulus check yet.
Right,
we ain't got
no stimmy.
No stimmy.
Like first of all,
what?
Did somebody?
You know, like I just got fucking sidetracked because this person just fucking thinking me.
I was wondering what happened because you just went first of all. Boom.
Yeah, this is what happens when I don't take my pills. I get distracted. I forgot. We got to talk about something else.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I was wondering. I don't know even with all his popularity, do you think it's enough to beat Biden possibly in 2024?
Absolutely. Biden is a fucking joke.
Yeah, but a lot of people just don't like Trump, and it looks like he's going to be the Republican nominee, not anyone else.
Listen,
it's far out still.
Joe has done nothing but give away money and don't give a fuck about anybody here. I mean, to be really honest with you, like there's like none of these motherfuckers really give a fuck about us at the end of the day. But you know, like they fake pretend sometimes. You know, some of them in the beginning, you know, like they're like, all right, let me help my peoples and whatever. And then eventually, like, you know, by the second year, third year, like that's when shit be going left. But honestly speaking, like I like in the beginning, I did not like Trump, but now because I didn't like what he stands for. But it's like now that we have this new administration and it's a fucking freak show, it's a legit circus show. Like I'm like, yo, bring me back to Trump because at least we like our economy was better. We didn't go through fucking inflation. We didn't go through any of this shit. And it's like now, like we have so many fucking problems. And it's like, come on, bro. Like I don't know. I'm so for Trump. If I can vote for him, I'm voting for him, and that is it. Like he like, or the only person that I wouldn't vote for is DeSantis because he's kind of crazy with it, like all of this trying to erase history. And I don't agree with that because you know what, we take a lot of pride into our country and our country's history, whether it's good or bad. And I feel like good or bad, we need to learn about it regardless. You know what I mean?
All right.
What?
Well, hold on.
Wait
enough.
a minute.
Wait. Hold on.
What are you trying to show us, Murms?
God damn it! I'm trying. Oh, this is I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. This thing's fun.
I can't see what you're sharing.
I can't see.
Oh, you can't?
No, it's just black.
Can you guys hear me? Hello, and we are kind of back. Sorry about that, listeners. I can't wait to see what the editing team does with that portion, but we got cut out there, and I believe it is completely my fault. I usually host these Zoom meetings, and I tried to share my screen to do like an interactive map of the Electoral College in the United States for us. And then as I did it, it started, my computer screen started to freeze up and I couldn't hear everyone. And then all of a sudden it just started downloading the episode. So I was like, oh shit. All right. So here we are. And we also lost Stephanie. I don't know if Stephanie is back. I think something came up for Stephanie. So it's just Chuck and I right now. But Chuck, let me ask you, I know we're getting on time. We're probably past time for the hour mark because we had to wait for all that to finish downloading. Do you want to just go straight into plugs? Or did you want to talk about that interactive map?
I did. I was really curious, man. You should try to share it again.
No, I'm not doing it again. Could you imagine?
Be scared. It's technology, man. We're nerds.
No, why would I do it again? It might fuck up the whole thing again.
Oh, no.
What if I just bring it up?
It's not the universe disciplining us. It was just a glitch in the system. We had a lot going on. Shit happens.
All right.
Shit happen again. people at Zoom made this to work as perfect as possible. Share the shit.
Okay, how about this? We play it safe
you're not gonna
then.
do it.
No, let's do this. Right now, we're going to do something different for listeners. Right now, let's give our last minute plugs. That way, if it does cut out again, we don't keep doing this over and over again. So let's do our last minute plugs and then we'll try it. Okay.
Fine.
All right. Chuck, my friend, our in-studio comedian, please give your last minute plugs to listeners.
Of course, everybody share this shit. It was a fucking deep. This was a deep podcast. Nonetheless, one of the things that stood out the most was when he was like, we really just don't know shit. Because we don't know shit, man. We got control to a certain extent, and that's fine, and how things plan out. But we just got to be open to what comes and fucking be grateful for the shit that we got. And that's what I took out of this whole thing. That was fucking deep. That shit was fucking deep.
He was an interesting guest. We only had him for like 30 minutes, but he I feel like he meshed well. I think he was a little surprised at how crazy it got there for a second, especially when I brought up the word of the day. Stephanie started bringing up how she always loses games and shit. I'm like, oh my God. And he's sitting there like, oh my God, what's happening? We started talking. We started talking to each other like we had already known him for a long time.
It was a good show. And share this shit, buy the merch, $4 or $5 if you have to. Put that shit on Clinera or Affirm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, my friend, for your last minute plugs. My last minute plugs are, of course, you can follow Great Morning _ the podcast on Instagram. That is the Instagram podcast page where you'll find out all your new information about new guests, new episodes, new specials coming out, all that stuff. You can follow Topazkin. You can follow You Love Steph. You can follow Slightly Special with 2 L's at the end. You can follow Trip God Jimmy. That is TryPGODJIMI on Instagram. And so it looks like, oh my goodness, wait, in the middle of it all is that Stephanie right now? Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
what I see you change shirts.
Yeah, well, yeah, I changed like 2 more times. I had a red dress on and then I was like, oh, it's so fucking hot. And I was like, I'm gonna change it into this shirt and some shorts because it's fucking hot.
That's a nice shirt. Are you going out somewhere?
No, well, not yet. Later on.
Later. Well, listen, we were actually just doing, because we're gonna try to bring up again that map that seemed to crash the Zoom call before. But before we did it, we wanted to give our last minute plugs just in case the shit ended again. That way we didn't have to keep doing this over and over again. So could you, for the listeners, give your last minute plugs and then we're gonna play around with that map.
Yeah. My last minute plugs is say no to drugs, use condoms, fucking get birth control. My scrunchie just broke. And buy some fucking merch. Tell your friends to tell another friend to tell another friend and a cousin and an uncle and a titi that they need to listen to Great Morning. They need to listen to Great Morning because they're fucking missing out. Like, who the fuck wants to be at home folding laundry and listening to a fucking stupid ass podcast when they could be listening to Great fucking Morning because we popping.
The not so stupid ass podcast.
Only slightly
not
stupid.
So stupid ass podcast.
Well, yeah, well, those are other stupid podcasts. But us, we pop it, we lit. You know what I'm saying? Like we the fucking underdog. So all I want is for our listeners is to spread the fucking word. We need to grow. Like I want our followers to, fucking spread the word. God damn it! But other than that, I love you guys. I love y'all so fucking much. I love our listeners. I love my little cult that I have of the people that will fucking fight anybody and their mama for me. And Christian Murms, he has the whole breakdown of my IG handle. So y'all already know what it is. It's your girl. It's your Puerto Rican mamacita from fucking Spanish Harlem, gang.
Hell yes. All right. And that was our last minute plugs, but we're not ending the episode quite yet. Well, we might be. We'll see how this goes. But I'm going to try to bring up an interactive map of the Electoral College for the United States, and I'm going to ask Chuck and Stephanie to see how these votes might turn out for 2024. I know it's still early, but we're going to go ahead and try it.
Where's my beer?
Go get your beer because it's going to be a second while I bring this up.
Oh, okay.
go get yourself a beer, and we're gonna go and bring this up. Yeah, hopefully the episode does not crash. I'm letting it load for a second, Chuck, because I am afraid we can't try this a third time because that'll literally be the definition of insanity. Trying
Well, the
something
third time,
over,
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
But the second
over and
time,
over again. Yeah, we're giving it a second shot.
You got to give it a second shot because, like I said, it's technology, and the designers of the program didn't intend for it to be, glitchy. And if it is glitchy, that means it's got to be consistent. One off. Let's call it a one off.
I think it's weird. I think like the website brings up a lot of ads, and I think that's what slowed down the Zoom call. I'm not sure. It could have been a mixture of things. So I'm like, this is good while Stephanie's getting a beer because we can wait. But let me describe this map before I bring it up to everyone. It is a map of the United States, all 50 states, including the District of Columbia, which is Washington, D.C. And it, what this map does, it allows you to play around and see how many points someone would get if they won this state or if they won that state or whatever. And it shows the amount of electoral points that people have on the map. So for states like, say, Wyoming, they only have 3 because it doesn't have as big a population as, say, California, which has like 50 something. We'll look at that in a second. And then some of the states are already shaded in the color of either blue being Democrat or red being Republican, of where they'll probably side. And we'll play around with that. But there's some states, I think there's 5 specifically, that have no color at all, that could go any way we see. It could go red or blue. So those are the states we're going to focus on. But let me go ahead.
Is Oregon one of them?
No, Oregon's fucking hard blue, hard Democrat. So is Washington. That whole west side of the United States is hard blue. But Stephanie, are you back with us?
Yes, I think I am. Not no more, but yeah, I'm here.
All right, here. We're going to try and bring this fucking map up. Let's do this, all right? And if this ends the episode, Godspeed, everyone, and I'll see you next Saturday.
Godspeed.
Because this is the last time I'm trying this. All right, it says your screen share is loading. It's loading. All right, it says it's on. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, great. All right, so as you can see, there's some blue, there's some red, there's some light red, there's some light blue, and the lighter the color means either likely or it's leaning. It looks like it's leaning that way. So, but we can probably put all those lean ones into certain colors. Like, let's make Iowa dark red, Ohio dark red, North Carolina dark red, Florida's probably going to be dark red, Texas, and then that one in Nebraska. And Alaska. Alaska is probably going to go red. But then let's do the dark blue as well. So like Michigan, New Hampshire, Virginia, New Mexico, states right there. And Minnesota. So as we can see from the top here, this is what it looks like right now. That's definitely not going to change. Like this probably will not change. Like the blue states will probably stay blue. The red states will probably stay red. So right now, you need 270 to win and become president, at least 270. Right now, Democrats have 241 and Republicans have 235. This is what it looks like so far. So our swing states, really, as of right now, that can go any way, are Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. So I wanted to ask Stephanie and Chuck what they think. Honestly, let's start with Nevada. Now, how do you think Nevada's going to go? Think of the big city in Nevada. Like Nevada's got Las Vegas, of course, which is usually a blue city. But then outside of Nevada, there's a lot of, like outside of every city, there's a lot of red. So how do you think Nevada's going to go? You think Nevada will go for Trump, or do you think Nevada's going to go for Biden?
They're probably going to go for Biden. Okay. I feel like they are going to go to Biden.
Okay.
Yeah, same. Only reason why is because they're a little bit more on the Nevada's need to be free on the Las Vegas and Reno side because prostitutes, the trans, all the other extra shit. And Republicans a little bit more on a chokehold when it comes to non-traditional things.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so we're putting Nevada in blue. All right, so that gives Democrats 247 points. All right, so now we're moving to Arizona, though. Arizona.
That's where it stops.
That's where it stops, you think?
Yeah, everything else is on fucking go red, except for maybe Georgia, because Trump is like, Georgia's the reason why Trump is going to fucking jail in the first place. Because he asked them to do the recount and they did some fake shit with him or whatever the fuck. So I'm not really sure how Georgia was gonna sway.
We'll get to Georgia in a minute, but let's stick on Arizona. I know like Phoenix and a little bit of Tucson are usually blue, but outside of that, I think the rest of the state is pretty red. So you said you think Arizona, you already said, Chuck, will go red. Stephanie, what do you think about Arizona? Think
Arizona is going to, I think it's going to stay blue.
Think it's going to stay blue?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Could you elaborate on your thoughts?
Well, I'll be a little honest with you. I feel like everyone that lives on the West Coast right now is extremely like fucking liberal as fuck. And, like they think differently. They have different views on how things should be. So I just think that the West, like that little chunk right there, like that little area is going to remain blue because they all like share the same rhetoric. I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the problem.
I'm going to say no to that because a lot of Republicans and rednecks, you got to think that people who like to camp are mostly Republicans. Democrats are the folks that don't be camping and shit like that. You know what I mean? We don't be doing all that camping and shit. I mean, like
no, we don't.
Democrat, I mean, like the black folk, and Puerto Ricans, and Hispanics. The people that are born Democrat, and then I'm not being this racist as fuck. Fuck it. Look, if you're a black Republican, you can't admit you're a black Republican. You get turned on. You can't admit to it. You get turned on. And the same goddamn thing goes for everybody else. That all the other races. It seemed like
it's true.
Like white people. It seemed like white people are the only people that let you be either or. But all the other races, you gotta say, oh yeah,
you gotta choose wisely.
But the minute you say you're a damn Republican, they turn on you. In Arizona, a lot of motherfucking white people go there, and a lot of motherfucking rednecks go there. Lake Havasu and all the other extra shit. They go there and they starting to move there. People are starting to retire there.
Yeah, that's true.
Arizona's becoming a new retirement state, and I think that most retirement states like Florida, Texas, Louisiana, those are all the Republican states. So I believe that Arizona's going to end up going there.
What'll be interesting is we'll have to see how these guys are going to campaign. Because unfortunately, I mean, we already know Joe Biden is very old, but Trump, believe it or not, is getting very old as well. And, it's easier for younger candidates to go to like every state and campaign and talk to the people out there and all that. It's a little harder for these older guys to do all this traveling, especially for Joe Biden, who's already in the position of the president of the United States. He can't just walk off and go traveling all over the United States whenever he wants, or maybe he can. I don't know. But like, it's
Joe
a lot.
He can't even keep his fucking balance. So like, right? Like,
I know. So like, it's going to be tough to see. Trump he could go to Arizona and campaign a lot. So I was going to be, since you're both different, since Chuck is Republican for Arizona, Stephanie thinks it's going Democrat. I'm bringing up what it went, and this is tough for both. So in 2016, Arizona went to Trump. It went to Trump by 48%, and 44 went to Hillary Clinton. So the difference was only by like 100,000 votes, which is pretty close. Then looking at 2020, however, let's go to 2020.
It's the state of Vermont.
Biden won Arizona. And let's see how much he won it by to try and compare the two. So Arizona was fucking close. Oh yeah, that was one of the ones that like Trump tried to fight for, I think. So Trump only lost Arizona by like 10,000 votes, literally 10,000 people.
Wow, that's like so fucking.
So like Biden won it by, get this, 49.36%, and Trump won it by 49.06%. So all Trump was missing.
That's why he wanted a recount.
Yeah, all he was missing was a 0.30%. A 0.30%, not 30%, a 0.30%.
0.30.
So Arizona, it could easily go red again because the first time it went red by much more, by like 100,000 votes. So I'm going to go ahead and side with Chuck on this one. And let's say for now, Arizona goes red. So that puts Democrats at 247 and Republicans at 246. We got a close race. All right. And now we're moving to Wisconsin. So Stephanie, you first. Do you think Wisconsin will go blue, or do you think will go red?
I would want to say red. I think it would stay red as a red state.
Okay. All right. And why, might I ask?
I feel like people in Wisconsin, they're probably like super like forgotten. And, you know, like there's, I don't know, I feel like Wisconsin has more of like a middle class, like, you know, and they just, I don't fucking know. I really don't know. I just think that they're going to turn red.
Okay. All right. And Chuck, what do you think?
Based on my Facebook timeline, a lot of my Chicago people are saying fuck it, and they're moving to places like Wisconsin because their Section 8 is better. And
this motherfucker here, I'm
gonna say, goddamn, Wisconsin's probably gonna go blue. Based on my timeline. Based on my timeline, I'm following where the people go. And, you know, motherfuckers from Chicago love to be, not just Chicago, but, you know, people love to be Democratic because Democrats like to give out free money and shit like that. And
do they? Because we ain't got no money.
Yeah, you ain't getting no stimmy, but I mean, you got Section 8 and you got goddamn.
Section 8 is not even open like that. What are you talking about?
I want Section 8. I want that shit.
Section 8 is not open. Section 8 hasn't been open for like more than 10 years.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm informing you. Section 8,
I don't know.
Section 8 is not open. Like that shit is like the most hardest thing in the world to get into.
Then how these motherfuckers are moving into my goddamn small town? Now
you know
we're starting to have crime. We didn't have no crime. I'm not saying everybody in Section 8 is in it, but you got to follow where the poverty is at. Where the poverty is at, that's where the crime is at.
Yeah, well, you know, the problem is, it's just, I was just talking to my baby father about this, and I'm just like, yo, it's fucking crazy. It's really fucking crazy because like the middle class people are really fucking forgotten. Like they're really forgotten. Because everybody hyper focuses on the fucking poor people and the poor people this and the poor people that and yada, yada, yada. And to be honest with you, like, yo, like, yes, I understand like there's a problem with poverty and shit like that. But bro, like if there's a will, there's a way. And I feel like everyone, if they had enough will in them, they can make a way and not live off the government and shit like that. Like the government, like I feel like welfare, like there should be a fucking time limit as to how long you should be on welfare, because to live off of welfare, like you're crippling and you're enabling people, you know. And then on top of that, I've come to learn that they actually cut down a lot of the programs, and some of these programs were like super beneficial because like some people like they would actually like they would go to school, they would get like some type of trade, something, so that, you know, you don't have to be so dependent on the system. But like now they cut all that off, and it's like they want you to be dependent. And it's like, why would you want to live off poverty now? Like, because what you get in is like what, $300, $400 in motherfucking food stamps and $150 every fucking 2 weeks. Like, sis, bro, where you going with $150 every 2 fucking weeks and $600, $500 in food stamps? You ain't going nowhere. That ain't living. That ain't shit. But I don't know. I feel like the middle class should have more support, more programs, because they're like the forgotten people. Like these people fucking struggle the most out of all the fucking brackets, because the rich are gonna fucking stay rich and the poor are just gonna fucking I don't want to say like that, but the poor are gonna remain poor because they're okay with getting the assistance that they're getting. And the middle class people that are trying to fucking make ends meet, it's like, it's fucking hard. It's hard to live like that, right? Like I don't know.
So what are we saying? What are we saying about Wisconsin?
So wow, that was pretty deep, Stephanie.
Yeah, that was really.
Well, thank you for that.
That was really deep. Like,
well
I was
articulated. That was very good. No, don't be sorry. That was very well articulated. So here's the thing.
Definitely for president, y'all.
I have to be a tiebreaker again. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be non-biased on looking again. All these states, they went to Trump in 2016, but in 2020 they went to Biden. So in 2016, Trump won Wisconsin by 47.22%. And Clinton, she won Wisconsin by 46.45%. So pretty much Trump won it by, let's say, about 15,000 votes. That one was Wisconsin was very close as well, but it was 15,000 votes. So not as close as Arizona, but it was pretty close. But then let's move over then to 2020. Here, I just got to move over. And let's look, because I know in 2020, Wisconsin went to Biden. And Wisconsin went to Biden by 49.45%, and it went to Trump by 48.82%. This time being about a $20,000 votes instead for Biden. So I'm gonna go ahead and move Wisconsin to blue right now, just off of that. So that brings Democrats to 257 electoral votes and Republicans at 246. So it's getting close. We got 2 more states. Let's move to Pennsylvania.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Pennsylvania. I find it funny that Pennsylvania right now is a toss up because you know, like, PA is a commonwealth and them motherfuckers is all about money. Like, you fucking you go to jail and you gotta pay to fucking be in jail. Like, you get a bill. But no, seriously, like, you legit get a fucking bill. You even get billed for fucking having the cops come to fucking court, like, which is fucking crazy to me. But anyway, I find it super weird that right now they're a toss up because if I am not mistaken, I feel like PA has always been a red state. I could be wrong, but I just find it really weird that they're a toss up right now. But I feel like they may go and lean towards more the red side.
Okay. Yeah. And again, it's always like the cities. The cities are almost always going to be blue in states. So it's mainly the blue in Pennsylvania is obviously Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So those are like the main blue areas. Outside, again, is mostly red.
Red.
So it's weird. Like I said, it went to Trump in 2016 and it went to Biden in 2020. So again, okay, so Stephanie says it's leaning red. Chuck, what do you think before I look at the 2 elections again?
Hey man, I think it's gonna go to the blue side again. The only reason why I say that is because they went heavy on it when they did go blue. They went hard on the blue side when they did.
They went hard?
I mean, yeah, they went hard on the Democratic side. They went hard. They went hard.
So
I don't even think they got Republicans representing them. They went so damn hard.
So in 2020, here I'll look at 2020 first, then go back to 2016. Yeah. 2020, Biden won 50.02% of Pennsylvania votes, and Trump won 48.69%. So the difference being about 80,000 votes. So 80,000 more votes went to Biden there. Now let's go back to 2016 and look at how the votes went for Trump, because Trump won Pennsylvania then. Pennsylvania. So
that's crazy.
That was really close. So Clinton won Pennsylvania by 47.46%, and Trump won it by 48.18%. So Trump
won.
Why
he wanted a recount though. I'd want that shit too.
Yeah,
but this is why Trump wanted a fucking recount, because like it was so fucking close. I would want a recount too if I was that close. Like I would think that there was something funny going on. Like you know what? Can I just be honest with y'all? I really feel like people were just so like the American people were not they're not used to people being outspoken, in my personal opinion. And I feel like Trump made a lot of people uncomfortable with the shit that he said. And it was, I feel like for the American people, it was more so, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I mean? Like, and it kind of ruffled feathers, and people were just like, nah, like we can't have someone like that and trying to, stir the pot. But like now, like Trump stirred the pot and he caused a lot of, chaos. But like now that we're in this administration, like I mean, everything has gone downhill. And I don't like for the people that are like Democrats, like I would really want to ask them like what did you gain out of this administration? Like seriously, like what did you gain out of it? Did we gain anything? Like as a country, where are we right now? We're not doing good. We're fucked up. We're lost in the sauce right now.
But
And we're looking like a third world country right now. We're looking fucking crazy. We're looking
damn, I
crazy
thought
right now.
they governors ain't he a Democrat? And they sent you always see them,
And then
man. They motherfucking they send it to
of that,
Democrat. Like what the fuck? I think it's gonna be blue for the just fine. You every time they getting their ass cussed out. You see videos of seeing them getting their ass cussed out for saying stupid shit in the House of Representatives all the time. I always see them as a Democrat.
Yeah, the you know what's interesting is the Senate race is also going to be happening for many of the states during the 2024 election, and so far it's looking like the Senate is going to flip some seats and it's going to be Republican. So that leaves the House and the Senate probably going to be Republican in 2024. So if Biden wins in 2024, he'll kind of be like a lame duck president.
He is now.
Yeah, but I mean,
right.
The Senate is blue, so he has a little more power because of that. The House is red. But with Biden, if the Senate goes red in 2024, but Biden beats Trump in 2024, he'll really be like a lame duck because like nothing, like the Republicans will pass shit through the House and through the Senate, and it'll get to Biden. Either he'll have to pass what the Republicans want, or he'll have to veto it. And then like just nothing happens for 2 years or 4 years, I should say. And he'll just kind of be a lame duck for a while or probably the 2 years or whatever, if it goes again. But if Trump wins and the Senate goes Republican, then it'll be House Republican, Senate Republican, Trump Republican, and it'll just be Republican shit for like a good 2 years. Unless they lose the House again.
He's not going to win, man. They already interrupted his whole campaign.
Who's not gonna win? Trump?
Yeah, he's got a fucking mugshot. They're holding it up. They cock blocked it, dog. We ain't gotta keep talking about my man's running no more.
No, he's running. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but he's definitely running.
You can't fucking run in jail.
Nah, Chuck.
Yeah, you can.
Got Young Thug's fucking. He got fucking Young Thug's fucking lawyer. He's good.
What that mean? Young Thug's still in jail though.
Nah. He good money.
It don't make a damn. It don't make a damn. They blocked it. The fucking news is fucking ruining his name. So yeah, go ahead, mark fucking Pennsylvania blue, and then mark Georgia fucking red because they tried to help my man's out.
So you think Georgia's gonna go red then?
Yeah,
although
man, they the reason why he in jail in the first place. They tried to help my man's out. Georgia's like, I ain't no snitch. Go ahead, let's do the recount. And then they were like, nah, fuck that. No. So,
all right, so you think Georgia's going to go red. Stephanie, what do you think about Georgia?
Georgia's going to be red.
Red again. All right, so that's 2 red, so I'm just going to make that red. But unfortunately, that's still not enough for the Republicans. It looks like from what you guys said, Biden will win by 276 points, and Republicans will lose by 262. So that's the map, the electoral map according to Great Morning. So
yeah, it be like that sometimes.
So nah, man, we gotta fuck that.
Well, like I said, we it's still more than a year away, so anything could happen in that time. Trump might not even be the nominee.
How do you feel about that woman that's she's running? How do y'all feel about her? That lady.
What woman? Nikki Haley?
Yeah.
I don't know much about Nikki Haley. I don't like this is why I'm kind of like in the middle of everything. I feel like I try to stay out of politics a lot, and I know we tried to stay out of it in Great Morning. I just wanted to see your opinions on how the Electoral College would go. But yeah, I don't know much about her actually. Why? Why do you ask?
No, I was just wondering because I don't know much about her either. So
I know she's not far in the polls right now. I think Trump's still number 1 for Republicans.
Yeah.
Then it's been DeSantis. Too, right? Yeah, no, she's Republican. it's been DeSantis as number 2, but now it looks like that, what's his name? Vivek Ramaswamy is moving to second place for the Republicans. So he might, I don't know, he might be number 2, or he might be the nominee. Who knows? Maybe Trump will even pick him as the VP. Who fucking knows?
That was crazy.
So we'll see. But yeah, as according to Great Morning, as of right now, in the end of August 2023, it looks like Biden is going to win the election by just barely 6 points. So, you know, so for some of you, I'm sure that might be a good news. Some of you, it might be bad news. Whatever it is, you know, I hope you don't get too upset or you don't get too happy, because usually at the end of the day, no matter who gets elected, it doesn't always end up the way you wanted it to be anyway. So
no, it never does.
So,
it never does.
So say Trump gets elected and it just turns out to be shit, or Biden gets elected again, then it just turns out to be shit. You know, you never know how this shit is going to go. So we always say,
get the short end of the stick. We always do.
Always do your best, live your best life. Try not to worry so much about who's going to be president. You know, you don't let it stress you out. Don't let it get you all upset, or, you know, want you to get depressed or whatever. Don't let it stop you from doing what you want to do, unless what you want to do is a horrible thing. But I mean, you know, other things.
And if you're into politics, then you're all like, oh, well, you know, there's shit going on in my state. You know, it's not always the fucking president. Like, you do have local representatives, and, you know, you have all these people too, and these other people that are representing you and your city, the county, and all of that shit. So you have to start fucking doing your homework on these people that is representing your county, your borough, or whatever the case is. It's not just the fucking president. It's these fucking people too. So you need to pay attention to the people that you're fucking voting for to be your city local official or whatever the fuck, you know, like, y'all need to get on it and fucking pay attention, because, you know, we talk about education system, we talk about all of this shit, but these are the people that fucking put these shits in play for the cities and the states and shit like that. So let's get it together. If y'all want to change, y'all gotta fucking start doing your homework. Come on, get it together. Wrap it the fuck up.
Hell yeah. Well, all right. Well, that was, you know, we already did our last minute plug, so we don't need to do that. Everything went smoothly there, but anyway, that was fun at the end there, guys. Thank you for spending some extra time to do this today, and thank you to our guest today, Randy. But that was fun, and I will see you all in the next episode. Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.